Outside is white, but inside is black. So I'm white on the inside, outside I'm black. So this man, he has his own story. So he's a businessman. By the way, biggest bank, he was a CEO. We do stand at 10, grade 10. By the time we will say there are privileges and stuff, he made a terrible mistake. He will tell his story. One driver, he ran over a taxi, the rest is history. People died in the accident. So whenever I'm bringing value, because this man, he's been in the system. If you know it, did not report. Give it up for Mr. Bez.
Thank you so much. This is such a great privilege for me. So, I'm going to take you through a series of slides, very quick. So I hope today I'm going to firstly be good, secondly, fast, and thirdly, I'll be calm. No, I want to be downstairs with my book because I'm also going to donate 190, 200 books I've got here that I want to donate to everybody that wants one. So this question and this book, is this place too small for me? Is the most fundamental strategic question that you could ever ask yourself. And some people go through life never asking this question, so they never change direction, they stay in the same place, and they have no ability to move forward. Let's go to the next slide. So I'm going to share a little bit about my life journey, which is also the book journey. And you see an interesting slide with trauma and my career. So it's quite a story, but we'll go now. The one thing that I want you to take from the book as an overall message is all about growth. Firstly, one has to grow oneself, secondly, others, and then if you do have the opportunity, grow your business. Go to the next slide. I'm not going to elaborate here, we'll talk a bit about this later on. I had an illustrious career since 1978 with the bank. I worked in 120 countries. I traveled to all those countries. I was in charge of 2,000 banking relationships in 198 countries. So, a lot of things. I'm not going to take you through all of this. These are all the chapters of my book. And you can see it has a lot of stuff in, starting with mental DNA, going right through the whole process of business, vision, strategizing, and remember, I have no full qualifications. So all of this is from practical, hard-earned, practical experience. Next slide. So this is what I want to share with you. If you look at the orange, it's my career timeline, and the black dots are the trauma and offender status. So 1963, I was born in 1958, my father passed away, I was fatherless in 1963. In 1974, with my poor mother, I was found guilty of 3 offences. I was 16 years old, and it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but those years I was fined 30 rand for 30 days. So that was my first encounter. Then, right throughout my school career, I was a rebel. I fought against everything. I failed standard 9, grade 11. I failed standard 10. And eventually in 1978, I rewrote and passed it. But look at my results. 4 E's and 1 F, not even 6 subjects. So who would employ me? My mother and uncle forced me to go to university. You can imagine how that turned out. I gave up in May 1978. Eventually got a job at Barclays Bank in 1978. Then the next major offence was in 2001 that Skeme referred to, drunken driving, caused the death of 2 people. I was found guilty of manslaughter in 2004. Also at the Boksburg precinct, my parole officer was also there. I was sentenced to 3 years under house arrest, 16 hours community service for 3 years, all that stuff. And in fact, it changed my life. I'm actually looking back now, I'm pleased that it happened. And then, I'm not going to focus on all the promotions, but then in 2010, I was fired as the CEO of one of the most profitable product houses in the bank. At that time, I was diagnosed with a leaking heart valve. I suffered post-traumatic stress. I mean, I was a man, 3 children at university, holiday homes, fancy cars, house, all money taken away, everything. I had to go on antidepressants. I was 52 years old, no hope, no life. But look at the top again, if you look at all the others. Promotions, in 2012 I managed to set up my new company, and the rest is history. Next slide. So the book, in February 2018 at a G12 church conference, I received a message from one of the Filipino pastors, and he spoke about Easter's place too small for me. And through a range of things, I went through a process, and the book was published in May 2022. I self-published, and I did everything myself. Next slide, please. So yes, that's the book. I was very fortunate that it hit 5-time best-selling status in all those business categories when we launched it. And yes, you can see there, it's a book about life, sales, and strategy. Next slide. So in this book, I say to people, take stock of your life. When do you take stock of your life? As an ex-offender, at any point in time, anywhere, you have to take stock of your life. Your life consists of a whole lot of things. It's not just finance or work or family. It's a whole range of things. So you have to continually take stock of your life. And if any of those things are not correct, it means your place is too small and you have to move on. Next slide, please. So I'm just going to take 3 chapters of the book and quickly talk about it. Firstly, what were we born? Why were we born as mankind? What is in our original design? Secondly, vision and strategy is so important to you, but not the stuff you get from MBA books. What is the real purpose and methodology of vision and strategy? And then, how do you build a value proposition? Whether it's yourself or for a company, it's the key thing to be able to build a value proposition. Next slide. Okay, so mankind, why were we born? Next slide. So if fish were born to swim and birds were born to fly. Next slide. What were humans born to do? Next slide. So we were born to manage. From the day that you were born to manage and lead. Not to be the CEO of a massive global company, but to manage and lead your own life. Next slide. Do you know that the day that you were born, you were appointed as a CEO? Why do you have to wait to be a CEO in a big company or an organization? You were appointed as a CEO of your life the day that you were born. That means we have the power and foresight to manage and plan all the time. We have the strength to work and be productive. We were born to work. And the last one, most important, is we can and must empower and grow people and businesses. Simple. Management, this is what it's all about. So this ability is built inside of us. We are born with it. It's not something that you have to get from a book or school, whatever. The big problem with this is that we don't believe it. So unfortunately for most people on earth, this remains trapped inside of them, the ability to be a CEO of their own lives. This is a very biblical principle. Whatever you fail to manage, you will lose. Isn't that so?
Yes.
All these things, whatever you mismanage, you will lose. Now we sit and we pray for God to give us a new house. But our current little room that we have is in a mess, it's not even clean. So start managing the things that you have.